skinny enough, you're not smart enough,
you're not pretty enough,
you're not capable, you're not capable.
I've been there. That voice, that inner mean girl, is the harshest critic that I've ever faced. And for far too long, I let that bitch win. I wanted to talk about this for a while, and especially in this Hourglass series, because I feel like as women, we are so good at building others up. We're so good at building our moms up, our sisters, our friends, our coworkers. But when it comes to ourselves, we are so cruel. I know this all too well because when I was cheated on, I didn't blame him, I blamed me. I tore myself apart. I told myself that I wasn't smart enough, driven enough, successful enough, skinny enough, all the things that you could think of. I wasn't pretty enough, wasn't lovable enough, wasn't smart enough, wasn't driven enough. That inner mean girl, she had full control over me, and it hurt more than anything anyone else could have said to me. I know I'm not the only person who has done this. How many times have you looked in the mirror and focused on everything that you thought was wrong with you? How many times have you told yourself that you're not good enough, you can't do this, you're not strong enough? How many times have you replayed your mistakes in your head like they define you? How many times have you struggled with boundaries, saying no to people? We will do everything for everyone else, but when it comes to ourselves, we give ourselves the leftovers, if there's anything even left. We're quick to brush off compliments, but then hold on to criticism like it's the freaking gospel. We overthink every choice, doubt every decision, and carry this constant weight of not feeling like we are enough. And the saddest part is we don't even realize how much damage we are doing to ourselves. It was during the time that I was cheated on that I realized that I desperately needed to heal. This is when the mean girl was ruthless. One day, I had had enough. I realized I was letting this voice inside my head that told me that I wasn't enough hold me back from so much in life. I decided to take a break from dating. One day, I had enough. I was letting this voice inside my head hold me back from so much that I wanted to do in life, so I made a promise to myself. I decided to take a break from dating. I needed this. I was tired of trying to prove my worth to other men, to other people, and I needed this space for me. So I promised myself for 1 year, no dating, no distractions. I forced the mean girl in a room with me for 1 year. The crazy thing is that 1 year actually turned into 3 years. Not because I needed extra healing, and in fact, it was completely opposite. But after a year, I had completely changed as a person. I loved the woman that I had become. I turned that mean girl into my best friend. I got to know myself in a way that I had never before known. I felt like I had known-ish myself, but after forcing myself, that inner mean girl, in a room for a year, we battled it out, we fought it out, and we became best friends. And doing that, I really learned a lot about myself, what I love, what I don't love, what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate. I stopped looking for love and validation in other people, other men, and I started giving that love and validation to myself, or my best friend did, my inner best friend, the mean girl, the once upon a time mean girl. I stopped criticizing every single flaw that I saw about myself, and I started appreciating that I am different. I am beautiful the way I am, and I celebrated the things that I once critiqued and tore apart. It wasn't easy, and there were times that I still heard that inner mean girl pop up. Every time she spoke up, I challenged her. I challenged myself. I would tell her no, something that so many of us struggle saying to ourselves, other people, and it's a boundary that you really have to dig deep and learn how to do to truly challenge and fight that inner mean girl. I started replacing a lot of the lies that she would say and replacing it with truth. You know, if I told myself, who am I to think that I can start 3 businesses? I would say, who am I not to? Why wouldn't I be able to do that? I would replace you don't deserve a good man into, why the hell not? I do deserve a great guy. So it's taking those lies that we tell ourselves, those lies that that inner mean girl will try to get us to believe, and we turn it around. We say, hell no. And you stand up, you put that in her place. I think something that helped me back then, and honestly something that I still say to this day, is I will say it out loud. I am strong, I am capable, I can do hard things. And the more I said it, the more I believed it. But you have to say it out loud. You can't just say it in your head. What I've learned being on YouTube for so long and connecting with all of you is that this mean girl is not just one girl. There's multiple. There's so many mean girls out there, and they live in all of us. We all have this inner mean girl that we battle with, that we challenge, and there are few of us who will tell her to sit the fuck down, and then there are some that still struggle with challenging that inner mean girl, and that's what this video is about. I hope that you are able to challenge her and stand up for yourself. The mean girl, she lives in all of us. She's that part of us that has been conditioned to make us believe we're not enough. Maybe it came from society, from bad relationship, from childhood experiences, from bullying, or just from the pressures that we all put on ourselves. But wherever she came from, she doesn't have to stay. How to punch that ticket, move on. As my mom says, punch that ticket, move on. So I have a little exercise. So if you think about it, if you're at school and you're with your best friend and there's another girl that comes up and she just starts thrashing your bestie, she is just saying the worst things, would you stand up to her? Would you back down? Would you run away? I'm sure a lot of y'all would stand up for her, say like, hey, like scram, back off, get away, you know? And it's like, if we do that for our best friend, for our sister, for our mom, who's ever bullying, why don't we do that same thing for ourselves? Why do we let that voice inside of our head have so much power? When I started silencing that voice, that inner mean girl, it wasn't overnight, but my life completely changed. It was challenging, but I stopped holding myself back. I started having more confidence in myself. I started taking risks, setting boundaries, and slowly stepping into this person that I wanted to be. I started being kinder to myself, appreciating my body, not just for how it looks, but for everything that it gave to me, for everything it allowed me to do, allowed me to be. And I started to see my own value, not from someone else's eyes, but from my own eyes. And here's the thing, the more that you stand up to this inner mean girl, the quieter she gets. She might seem so loud and obnoxious, and she has a whole auditorium just roaring, but every single time you challenge her, every time you tell her to be quiet, no, she gets quieter. The more you tell her you're wrong, the more confident that you're gonna feel. And when you stop letting her win, that is when you're gonna start seeing your life transform. In your relationships, your career, your fitness journey, your mental health, your life will it won't be the same in the best way possible. I know how hard it is, and I know how loud and obnoxious and downright awful this inner mean girl can be. How convincing, how cruel, how she can rip you apart if you let her. But I promise you, you are stronger than her. You are smarter than her. And the moment that you start standing up to her, that is when your life will change. You can rewrite your story. You can create a new voice, one that is kind, encouraging, loving. You can become your biggest cheerleader instead of your harshest critic. And when you do, you'll see just how worthy you have been all along. You've got this. And if that inner mean girl tries to come back again, you say, sit the fuck down, this is my life now. The crazy thing is that I have been so excited to film this video. I thought back at a time where I was like, what helped me the most in life? I thought back about a time that truly changed my life and fighting this inner mean girl. And so a couple weeks ago, I sat down and I just started writing out all my thoughts on like everything that I just said right now. And again, I know how hard it can be to face this inner mean girl. And I'm gonna get through it, because a long time ago,
I struggled with her when I was 19. It was the worst. Oh, it was the worst. But I challenged her, I fought her, and I completely changed as a person. But I want to be honest and say that there's been multiple times in my life where I've had to put that bitch in her place. And I have. Writing about this moment, and you know, I had everything written out. And then just 2 days ago, I got in a really bad headspace, just from something very personal. And she was awful. I was like that 19-year-old girl again. Whoa, I've done so much work on myself. And I had to put myself in place. That girl that I fought 10 years ago, longer than 10 years ago, 15 years ago at this point, it's crazy. I put her in her place. But to be transparent, she tries to pop in now and again. And you have to be strong enough to say no, to challenge her, put her in her place. It's just ironic because I've always felt so strongly about, you know, that moment when I was 19 when I really challenged her and I changed my life. And then 2 days ago, it just trained, and it's like, oh my gosh, what? And I had to second guess myself. It's like, what about all that work that I've done on myself? It was a brief moment, 5-10 minutes, but I beat myself up. And I had to remind myself that I am a special human being. I am worthy. I am strong, and I can do strong things. And it's not always easy to challenge yourself. It's not always easy to put that mean girl in her place, but it is so important, guys. I can't say that enough on how important it truly is to remember your worth and that you are enough. That's kind of it, guys. Just want to be transparent. And I just thought it was ironic that I wrote this 2 weeks ago, and then 2 days ago I just had a hard day, hard moment, hard 5 minutes, but I didn't let it stay. I kicked that out. I'm gonna go get myself together and work out because I need it today.
All right, y'all, made it to the gym. It is leg day. I think the last workout y'all saw was probably a leg day, but I'm authentic, all right? I already did my upper body yesterday, so today is leg day. Next video, we'll do an upper body for you. It is leg day, so we're gonna stretch a little bit. I'm just gonna kind of do some movements, and right now we're on week 7, day 45. We got dares. Ooh, we got Smith machine, we got leg press, we got single leg extensions. Oh, single leg extensions. Let's go. I'm so excited to do cardio. I would tell y'all where I got my outfit, but it's top secret. It's nice though. Y'all, I feel like such a bro. I'm like, water gallon jug, but then I have a purse. I'm a girly bro, is what I am right now. But trying to get nice and hydrated. I have an appointment tomorrow where they're taking lots of blood, so I need to be like super hydrated. I'm gonna drink this whole gallon tonight. Now we're going into Smith machine pause squats. If you guys have never done this before, we're basically gonna be doing a squat, and you wanna hold one Mississippi and then come back up. It helps with form. A lot of us, we go into a squat, we come right back up. This is a great way to practice your form, your time under tension, and to really feel that mass on that ass building. I'm gonna do 25 on each side for the first set. Oh! Y'all, them squat pauses. Basically the goal of that is once you get into your squat, you'll humble yourself with the weight. Next up, y'all, we got leg press. We are gonna be doing narrow stance, close stance, whatever way you wanna call it. Feet are closer together instead of shoulder width apart or wide. We're doing close together. Now, I like doing these because it's gonna focus a little bit more on my hamstrings and my glutes, depending on where my feet are on this platform. So if y'all wanna work a little bit more your quads, you can go a little bit lower on the platform, and it's gonna focus more on your quads. But if you're trying to put some mass on this, we're gonna do a little bit upper mid or go all the way high. I would go this high, but I got no legs, so I got very little range of motion. So I try to go, as a short girly, I go like not quite at the top, not quite mid, high. Not in the middle, not up high, right in between. Don't bust through those reps real quick, guys. Like, nice, slow, and push forward. Okay, so next up we're gonna do single leg extensions. You can do them together. The thing about doing them single is making sure that you're well balanced. So if you do them together, one leg could be overcompensating for the other one if you have a stronger leg. So doing them single, you're actually gonna make sure that this leg is getting the 12 reps, this leg is getting the other 12 reps. Overall, just making sure that as you're building your body, you're building your hourglass shape, that you're doing so in a balanced way. Next movement, guys, we have a standing leg curl, standing cable leg curl, whatever you want to call it. This is a great thing to do if you work out in an apartment gym or your gym facility is lacking. You can put on a ankle strap, step away from the cable, and you can actually curl up. Feel that in your hamstring. Get a nice stretch coming back and up. Good little tip with this is do not swing your leg like this. You're not going to feel it as much. Nice, slow, controlled. Try to keep your quad completely vertical. Don't be swinging any way. Come straight out. Good little stretch and come in. Try to keep your quad stationary where you're not moving it around everywhere. It'll move a little bit because of the cable, but really try to focus on keeping that quad stationary and just moving your lower leg. Cable goblet squats next. You can do this with a rope, you can do it with a straight bar. Honestly, whatever you can do where you can hold on to an attachment and be up here. I'm gonna use the rope because that's what I'm doing in the program, just for continuity for y'all. Okay. 4, 5, just wait, 6. All right, guys, we got standing calf raises, so I like to keep it simple and easy. You can do all the fancy stuff if you want. I'm just gonna stand on the ground and I'm doing 20 reps. When I come down on the floor, I'm not resting. I'm kind of keeping the tension, but I'm tapping, tap, tap. Huh? Next up, we have a squat pulse, cable squat pulse. This is where you're gonna be like a 1. It's almost like a 1.5, if you will. Let's go down 1 and up. Squat, bounce, up. 6, 7. 42 minutes, burned roughly 300 calories. Let's freaking go. This little hoe, she tired me out. Go ahead and post this on my Instagram. You can save it or you can post on your Instagram. I am going to do both. I try to collect my sweaty selfie pictures. They're fun. All right, y'all, that is the end of the workout. I feel good. Oh, I needed that workout. Hourglass, let's go. If you guys are enjoying the series, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share this video, send it to a friend. Keep spreading the message so I can keep doing these series if you guys are liking them. We are doing giveaways in every single YouTube video. We're picking 2 people for every single YouTube video in the Hourglass series to give away a Grounds fitness app for women membership to for an entire year. All you gotta do to enter is give this video a thumbs up, comment below your favorite part, or comment anything you want, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you already have a Grounds membership, you can still win and gift it to a friend. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'll see you in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. I'll see you in episode 13. Guzman out.